Shalom. This video is about Jews and UFOs, extraterrestrial life. I remember sitting in a science class, astrophysics in college, and I was not a scientist. This was a course for astrophysics for non-scientists. There were a lot of Orthodox guys in the class, and they were listening to the professor talk about how we were one of 100 billion stars in our galaxy, and there were 100 billion galaxies, and the universe was expanding, and the universe was 20 billion light years long. And I'm thinking, how are these Orthodox guys understanding this and hearing this? And over the course of time, when I went to rabbinical school, remember my liturgy professor asked us if there are any courses that particularly influenced us more than other courses in our decision to go to rabbinical school, and a quarter of the class said astronomy or astrophysics. So the question is there anything in Jewish belief which says that we shouldn't believe in other worlds or other civilizations? I was prompted to talk about this today because of a report in the newspaper, May 14th, 2008. The Catholic Church, high officials said that there's nothing in Catholic belief that suggests that you shouldn't and can't believe that there's life in other planets and other civilizations. And I agree 100%. In fact, there's lots of stories in the Bible which seem to suggest about belief in life in other civilizations. Ezekiel has the famous Merkava chariot mysticism, visions of chariots which, from the sky, which seem to suggest kind of UFOs. We have the Nephilim giants in the Genesis story, and there's other places in the Bible which seem to suggest that there might have been other civilizations around. In fact, the Bible talks about angels and the heavens and the stars. And in fact, there's classic sources in the Talmud and from medieval rabbis that talk about life on other planets. For example, Crescus, a great medieval rabbi, said, of course there's life on other planets. And the Talmud talks about how there's 18,000 worlds. This rabbi named Albo said no. And there is a debate. The consensus is that these other creatures and other planets don't have free will, which I think is nonsense. I mean, there's no reason to think that the Earth is the only place in the universe of 100 billion stars with 100 billion times 100 billion galaxies that has life. Why wouldn't there be many civilizations with much more advanced life? And we're getting pretty good at space travel. Just imagine if there's a civilization out there that's been around for 1 million years longer than we have. That's advanced. Of course they can probably do space travel much better than we can. In any case, so there doesn't seem to be anything about in Jewish tradition which would say you shouldn't believe in life after death. In fact, why, if God created this universe, why would we think we're the only ones? Now, what does it have to do with the Torah, for example, is another question. And do other civilizations abide by the same kind of rules that we do? But no, I don't think there's any reason you can't believe in existence of other civilizations. Shalom.